What's up guys, Coach Nate here, talking about your very important question around how to change your cadence for the better. We're gonna use a little jump rope action there. I think I got the camera. I'm gonna show you two favorite ways on how to improve it, how to do this sustainably over time so you're making some healthy, long-lasting changes. Let's do it. So there's really two types of low cadence situations that I want to talk about in styles of runners. The first one is the cadence in the runner that's just kind of low and slow all the time. They're just kind of here. And their body is literally just not moving that quickly. Now, you may think that this is an aerobic thing, but it really isn't. It's more of a neuromuscular thing. It's how quickly can I get those synapses to fire and then get my body to move. I was just watching this the other day on YouTube, and I was watching some incredible football guys do some crazy high knee drills, and they were just like they were so ridiculously fast, and I just blew my mind. It's like, I'm decently quick, I can't move that fast. You're moving 3 times as fast as me. So your goal with this one is just to get that neuromuscular synapse firing a little bit faster and take the aerobic part out of the equation, right? So if you're low all the time, that's that situation. The second one, and this is gonna really affect everyone, is if you're that runner who starts with decently high cadence. When you're tall in the beginning of the run, you're nice and relaxed, but as you fatigue later in the race, you start to stiffen up, the shoulders creep up into your ears, your arm swing gets a little smaller, and you descend into marathon shuffle of death land, right? Where the feet start to drag against the ground, you trip on the quarter on the ground. Sometimes I make those references. And that is something that we can battle against just by being more aware and cognizant later on in the run. Remember, understanding that for my feet to have that turnover, I need to stay relaxed up here. I need to keep swinging those arms. My arm swing matches my legs, and I need to make sure my hips stay forward, because if I don't have my hips in the proper position, I don't get that proper elastic return from my hip flexors. So remember, this is all connected. Whether you're that initial athlete who's just kind of low and slow all the time, or you're that second athlete that starts good, but kind of descends into the low and slow world. So your cadence workout number one, I'm gonna call the baseline plus workout. After you've gotten yourself warm, you're relaxed, you're in your rhythm, I want you to count in your head for 60 seconds the number of times your foot hits the ground. You're gonna come up with this number. And let's say that number is 78. Your goal over the next week is to lift that by 1 to 2 beats per minute. So you're gonna go from 78 to 79 or 80. After a week of just kind of baking that into your muscle memory and your patterning there, the next week you're gonna try to go, hey, can I go from 80 to 81 to 82, 81 to 82 to 83, 84, and over, say, a 4-week, 6-week, 8-week period, you have lifted your cadence up to where it needs to go. Of course, if your cadence isn't as low, you probably don't need to drag it up as drastically, but this is a nice sustained way of lifting your cadence. Now, just a cautionary note here, when you're lifting your cadence, so you're not just running faster and gassing yourself, you need to shorten your stride a little bit. Now, when you first do this, it feels like you're taking these weird little mini steps. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but just roll with it. And again, that's why we're not making huge changes where you're changing your cadence drastically and trying to hold it for the whole run. Now, your second workout that I want you to try each and every week is a high cadence interval set where you're going to add 5 by 60 seconds at an exaggerated higher cadence of, let's say, 6 to 10 steps per minute, depending on where you are. So let's say that number that you hit was 78. Your goal, see if I can do math here on the fly, is going to be anywhere from 84 to 88 steps just for 1 minute at a time. And then you're going to give yourself a full minute rest in between. And that exaggerated part is just going to address that neuromuscular component. Can I get my body turning over faster for a short period of time? And that's just going to reset my baseline of what normal is. Same thing, you don't necessarily want to sprint here. So for these higher cadence interval sets, shorten that stride up a little bit. It's okay if you go a little bit faster, but we're not trying to make this a speed interval workout. The purpose of this is really on that change of cadence. Now, a few notes on tracking and counting. You may be wondering about that. You have a few different options. Number one, a lot of running watches these days will count or measure your cadence in some way based on oscillation and how much you're moving. The problem with that is that it's something that you only really see buried on the back end. You don't really see it on the front end. So you can use that for reference to track overall progress, but when you're actually doing these workouts, you're much better off either A, counting every once in a while, because that's really gonna bring you into the present, and then the other one would be to use some audible sound like a metronome, where all of a sudden if I have this metronome here, I just have to match the beat, and then off I go, right? And I've really found this to be a powerful, albeit annoying tool to use. Lastly, just a little thing, because we started with this, jump rope is a really great way to practice that rhythm and to get that just stronger feet and that elastic return that we're going for. I can do some different rhythms as I jump rope here, and I can start to train myself that way. The other thing that's going to be helpful, especially when I'm jump roping, and this is something I haven't mentioned yet, is that I'm not just pushing off the ground, but I have to pull those feet up off the ground quickly too. And that's just another key part of this whole cadence think thing. You see what I'm saying here? Anyway, go forth, conquer. Let me know how your cadence goes. That didn't work. Hey, if you've watched this far, it shows us that you are a dedicated individual who really wants to make something happen with your running. And we love working with dedicated individuals. Specifically, we have a 7-day free trial of our training club membership where you can see this type of coaching in all of our run programs to make you a better runner, including that cadence. Click the link in the description of this video and you will get access to that free trial, lickety split. If you like this video, drop a thumbs up. If you got something out of it, we always appreciate that. Of course, if you have any comments or questions, any video requests, this video was literally requested by one of our users, and that's why I wanted to make it for you today. So we pay attention to those things. And of course, subscribe to our channel, guys, because we got all new videos coming out each and every single week on running, strength, injury prevention, nutrition, marathon training, you name it. We've done it, or we're going to do it soon. Speaking of, guys, I'm going to keep filming, so I'll see you in the next video.